Today I'm going to share with you how I made not just one, but two love signs for Valentine's Day that I got from the Dollar Tree. So let's get going. Hi, I'm Elise, and this is Kind of Crafty. If this is your first time here, welcome. We do crafts that are simple and easy that anyone could do because if I could do it, you could do it. So I got this cute little love sign at Dollar Tree. It's kind of a thin wooden sign, but I thought it was perfect for what I wanted to do. So you're going to need that. And then I also got 3 different colors of paint that I wanted to use: a black, white for the main color, and then I got this bright red color. I'll also be using this stencil, just the hearts on it. And then I got 2 kinds of hearts, kind of a felt sparkly hearts, and then these cute little wooden hearts. I also grabbed some black ribbon that we happen to have in our craft room. So the first thing that I needed to do was paint my sign, and I decided to paint it white. So I'm just using the white water-based paint that I got from the Dollar Tree. As I started to paint the sign, I realized that it wasn't as thick as I thought it was. So after doing it a few times, I had to put more paint onto the paper plate, and I actually ended up having to do a couple of layers of the white paint to get it the color that I wanted. So after the paint dried, I had the brilliant idea to paint on the edges inside of each letter. So I put some more paint, some of the black paint, down on the paper plate, grabbed my brush and started to paint. Sorry, I got out of the camera a few different times, but first I thought it would be easier to paint from the back side, that it wouldn't get on the front as much. So that's what I'm doing here. I'm painting on the back side. But as soon as I turned it around, I realized that I had gotten black paint over onto the white of the letters. So then I thought going from the front to the back would be better. I don't know if it was because I had a big brush, which I thought was small enough, but it just seemed to go everywhere, and it got kind of messy. As you can see, I did a lot of dabbing and trying to touch things up so it wouldn't look quite as messy on the white as it actually was. After cleaning it up the best I could with a paper towel, I grabbed a small paintbrush and went over the edges with the white paint again, just to kind of cover up the black that bled out onto the wood from painting the inside of the letters. So my whole plan was to make kind of layers on this love sign with different hearts. So my sister got this stencil and I thought the hearts were really cute. So my first plan was to paint red hearts from the stencil onto the sign. I grabbed a clean paper plate because I didn't want the black or the white to mix into the red color. So that's why there's a new paper plate. And I just did a little bit of dabs into the paint and then just dabbed it onto the stencil. I tried to make sure I did it as carefully as I could so it wouldn't bleed out past the stencil onto the white. And I think it turned out pretty good. This heart anyway. And I had a lot more hearts that I had to put on that did or didn't come out. And yes, there were some other hearts that didn't come out quite how I would have wanted. But that's okay. I had a plan how to correct and cover up these messed up hearts. So the next part of my plan for this sign was to put two kinds of hearts on it. The sparkly foam rubber hearts and then the little wooden hearts. And I was going to cover the whole thing with both hearts and leave the painted hearts showing in between both of the other two hearts. But as I started putting on each of the different hearts, first I was going to do just red, and then I realized I didn't have enough. So then I started putting on the pink and just started covering it and not sure where it should be. I just realized this isn't the look that I was going for. So I had to come up with a different plan. So the first thing I did was take the bigger hearts out of the sparkly hearts and cover up the messed up painted hearts that I did on the sign. Then I proceeded to add different hearts in different places, one with another, kind of throughout the whole sign. I apologize for the lighting on this video. The light above me was going out, so that's why you see it go brighter and dimmer throughout this video. So like I said, I decided to start putting different hearts in different places. I didn't really have a plan of where I wanted them to go, a design or anything. I just thought I would put them where I thought they looked good. And it turns out I only used one wooden heart. The rest were all the sparkly foam hearts. Next, I took the black ribbon that I pulled from our collection of ribbons and just went ahead and tied it into a bow
because that was going to be my hanger to hang it up on to the wall. So like I said, I just tied it into a simple bow and tightened it up. After I got the bow just right, I cut the ends off. Then it was easy to just hot glue the ends to the back of the sign. And there you have it, the first love sign with all my hearts. Actually, once I got it up on the wall, I realized it was kind of hard to see the letters, so I decided to do a black background so the letters would show up more, but I didn't have any black paper, like construction paper or anything. So what's the next best thing? I have black paint. So I would paint a piece of paper black. Once the paper dried, I just went ahead and eyeballed it with my sign. I didn't really measure it with like a ruler or anything. I just kind of measured it with my eyes and then cut it out so it would fit over each letter. Then once I glued everything down, it was done. One thing that really made me happy is once I got the black on the sign, it really did kind of cover up some of those mistakes that I made trying to paint the edging of the letters. So that was nice. So for the next sign, I decided to do petals, and I needed lots and lots of petals. So the first thing I did was apply some, I think it's called tacky glue, onto the board. I actually had painted it and I just forgot to show you that. And then I started to apply the petals one by one. And I figured the tacky glue would work really well with the petals because they were just little pieces of material, kind of a plasticky material. But I really seemed to have a hard time getting them to stick. Sometimes they would stick and sometimes they wouldn't. As you can see, this particular petal did not want to stick onto the sign. But as I went down, I think as the glue kind of started to sit for a little bit, it got a little easier to stick. So I just decided to go down the side. But as you can see, I just still struggled with the petals. By the way, I did get these petals from the Dollar Tree, along with the sign and the hearts. All of it I got from the Dollar Tree. As you can see, I tried and tried to get these petals to stay. They just didn't want to stay, and I would put some glue down and I'd put it underneath and on top, everywhere that I could think of. Finally, after struggling with half of the board, I finally got smart and decided to hot glue the rest of them onto the sign. And boom, it was done. It was so much easier using the hot glue than it was the tacky glue. I don't know why I didn't do it before. So after I got all the petals on, I looked at it and it looked like there were some that were really kind of hanging over the different letters, and I wanted to make sure that the letters showed up a lot more, kind of like the first sign that I did. So I took some scissors and I just kind of cleaned it up the best I could, kind of taking care of the parts that were hanging over into the letter. I was having a hard time with the scissors, so then I took my X-Acto knife and cleaned some of the more tighter ends, like that were kind of hard for me to get with the scissors. I did with the X-Acto knife. Once I got that all cleaned up, I realized that on a little part of my O, there was a little bit of white showing. So I just grabbed a petal and kind of cut a little piece of it and hot glued that on, because as I said before, hot glue was better than the tacky glue. But as you can see, I still left a little bit of white showing, but that's okay. So then the next thing I did, and I forgot to show you, is I did put some white paper on the back like I did with the first sign with the black paper. I just put white paper on just to help it show up a little bit more. So then I grabbed some ribbon, and I forgot to show you this ribbon, but it was a real light pink, kind of a chiffon type of a ribbon that I found at the Dollar Tree. And I just put a little hot glue on there and fastened it to the back of my sign. Now, I don't know why I cut the ribbon in this weird direction, but I did. And there you have it. The second sign done.
So I hope you got value out of this project this week. I really enjoyed making both of these signs. I think they both turned out cute. Even though they didn't quite turn out how I wanted, I think they still turned out okay. But like I'm always saying, I'm not the greatest crafter. I'm just kind of crafty. But if I could do it, you can do it. And I hope that you will try. Let me know if you would make a sign like this. If not, what kind of spin would you put on it? They're very cute, they're very inexpensive, and they're just kind of fun for Valentine's Day. Anyway, if you like this kind of content, please give it a big thumbs up. It really helps. Don't forget to subscribe, push that bell notification so when the next video comes up, you'll be notified. And until next time, I hope you have a great day, a great week, and I'll see you later. Bye.